Everybody move your babies. Hey, Pete.
Yeah, y'all see him?
Hey, Pete. You're going to have bigger problems, man. You're going to have bigger problems, Pete. I would advise you to think twice. I don't think you know what's out here, buddy. I care about you. I don't want you to find out.
So he's pointing his shotgun out the window.
Pete. Hey, Pete.
Aim that shit at these motherfuckers.
We at you, Pete.
He's cocking it. Fuck
Pete.
There ain't no bullets in that motherfucker.
Look at that crazy motherfucker.
Gotta give you a new nickname now. Pistol Pete.
That's Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan.
Play dumb, Pete.
Play dumb, get the stupid prize.
Play dumb, Pistol Pete.
Play dumb, get the stupid motherfucking prize. That's what his name is.
And you know, in all seriousness, Pete, we are not intimidated by you in the window, good buddy.
We shall the fuck out.
Because I don't think you understand what's out here, man. I keep trying to tell you.
You know, nobody care about you like that.
That's all I'm saying, man.
He ain't gonna bust
Pete,
shit.
I don't think you want that, good buddy.
Because this ain't gonna be that. This ain't gonna end like that. I'm telling y'all.
Prime said there's more than meets the eye. Right now, your eyes ain't letting you see what's out here pointed at you. So I would suggest. Is that the wife again? Hey, are we gonna have another verse? All right. Yeah. He had a gun.
Oh, he just put it up. He just put it up in that closet.
He was brandishing his gun in the window, sir.
He just put it up in that closet.
Yeah,
Here we go. Here we go.
Yes, sir. He was brandishing his gun through the window. It was a long barrel shotgun. Okay, the police is asking everybody to step back a little bit more, y'all. For our protection, they want us to step back a little bit more. Yeah. Let's unclog this. There we go. Yes, officer, he was in that first window brandishing his weapon. Two of them.
Be careful, don't kill yourself.
To jail. You about to go.
Arrest Pistol Pete.
You about to go.
Arrest me. Arrest Pistol Pete.
Arrest me. Arrest Pistol Pete. Don't arrest me. Arrest Pistol Pete. Don't arrest me. Arrest Pistol Pete.
Don't arrest me. Arrest Pistol Pete. You about to go to jail.
Here we go. Yeah.
You about to go to jail. You about to go to jail.
Fuck you, Pete. 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 Fuck you, Pete.
You know, in an SHTF situation, it doesn't mean that we've gone back to the Stone Age. You know, one of the things that Verfal said in the coming economic collapse that happened in Argentina was the police won't be there to protect you, but they'll be there to arrest you.
And that right there is the prime reason the police should be abolished. They're not here to protect you, they're here to arrest you. As the Supreme Court said multiple times, police have zero duty to protect you, thus making that popular argument that we need the police to protect us null and void. Now, if you've been researching police, you should know by now that police are notoriously anti-self-defense, and as that mob out there knows that too, the police are nothing more than mob enforcers, as you can see through that video. But people always say, what are we going to do without the police? Well, what we did before there was a police department back in 1838, before that, you defended yourself as per the Second Amendment, which is what we're going to segue into right now, as this was a request from General Lotz. He wanted me to do a review of the Mini 14, with the way things are going on now here with the mobs and riots going on. They've been spilling out into the suburbs and other places as opposed to just the big cities. So I'd highly recommend any semi-automatic rifle, preferably with the high-capacity magazines. But I'm recording this right after the election, which they haven't been done counting the votes because of blatant voter fraud going on here. I'll get to that in another video. Now, before I've been semi-joking that there's going to be a civil war, but with but there's voter fraud going on. It's highly more likely to happen. So I'd especially recommend you getting some sort of semi-automatic rifle soon. Now my story behind getting the Mini 14 was it was a toss-up between 3 rifles I wanted to get. The AR-15, the AK-47, and the Mini 14. Now the reasons why I didn't go for the AR-15 was it had a reputation of being unreliable, which was true back in the Vietnam era. It was almost sabotage. You could go look into that. But upon more research and videos, especially recently, the AR-15 is quite reliable. Then there was the AK-47, which had a reputation to be very reliable, but that's not quite the facts. Seen those videos of being dumped in mud. But the reason why I didn't get that was had a reputation of not being accurate. So the process of elimination. And another thing, I'll get into that, I went with the Mini 14. Now the Mini 14 also had a reputation of not being accurate, but I was watching videos and the maker said they retooled it and gave it a thicker barrel that made it more accurate. So I went with the Mini 14. The original, before the 580 series of Mini 14s, had a pencil-thin barrel, so when they heated up, they got real loose and it throw the bullets all over the place. But with the thicker barrel, that keeps it from moving around. So it's a lot more accurate than those versions. As for the Mini 14's reliability, it's pretty reliable, just doesn't do as well as the AR-15 when it's dumped in mud and dirt, because it's open, as opposed to the AR-15, which has all the moving parts pretty much enclosed. But I don't really live in muddy areas or sandy areas, so it does just fine. I think I've only had like 2 or 3 times where it jammed. I think one time was failure to extract, but that was mainly because of the ammo. Out of all the guns I have, when I take people to the range to try them out, this one is the favorite. It's got low recoil. It's lightweight. Everybody likes this one. I seem to be, out of the other guns I have, seems like I'm the only one who likes the Desert Eagle. They don't like the recoil. The shotgun also has a lot of recoil, but that's hit or miss with people. Now as for the magazines, it's recommended that you use the OEM Ruger magazines. Those are more reliable. If you use any third-party magazines, it's hit or miss if they're going to feed properly. Like these 10-rounders right here that are in the rifle right now, I had to file down some stuff to get them to work. Now right here I have 2 10-round magazines that are taped together. Now the reviews complain that you can load these up while the bolt is closed with fully loaded 10 rounds, but that's not true. The problem is you don't have enough leverage. These ones are a lot smaller, so you can't really get a good grip on it and push it in. But since I got these taped together, you got more leverage to it, so you can get them when they're fully loaded 10 rounds. So it's a lot easier when it's longer. So I'd recommend you getting the higher capacity magazines or standard capacity magazines of 30 rounds. Yeah, just like the AK-47, this is it rocks in, like you got to rotate it in, as opposed to a AR-15 where you press the button and it just goes in and out, straight in and out. Now the best way to get the magazine out is let gravity take it out. You press the lever here, goes down, rocks out. Like that. So hold it like gravity, then you got it. Of course, it's called the Mini 14 because it's a miniature version of the M14. It shoots a 223/556. As you can see right here, 223. But I have fired the 5.56 rounds out of it, and it hasn't exploded, so it definitely can take the higher pressures of those rounds. As you can see right here, this button holds open the bolt right here. Now here's a story about cleaning your rifles. Now normally I usually clean my rifle after every use, and I don't mean after every shot, but after like every trip to the range. So if you're gonna use this, if your life depends on this, I'd think it'd be a smart idea to clean it every time, in case if you really need it. So what happened one time to the range is when I came home I had no cleaner, and this was after I shot it with my brother and his friends, so a lot of rounds went through it, more than 300. So I didn't have any cleaner, so I left it in the cabinet for like 6 months or so. Then when I took it out, it was frozen together. I couldn't open it. Open the bolt right here. Now what I needed was a rubber hammer, and then I knocked it open. What happened was dirty up here, and so it froze right there. Now I don't know if it wouldn't have been frozen if I went to the range like next week. That would probably been the case, but since it sat so long, it froze together. Now normally if that happens, if you don't have a rubber hammer, they say you should mortar it. You mortar it like this. You slam it down. Or you can use if it's really on there, you can kick it in, but hopefully there won't be a round in there. So there's a story of you should always clean after every use, so that doesn't happen. Alright, safety's here, the Garand style. There's the sights. As you can see, that you cannot take the barrel out and the action out and put it into a different stock. And this is a bullpup stock. It's been used in many movies like Predator 2. Total Recall.
You think this is the real Quaid? It is.
Tremors 3.
Just boom, and he was gone. Things like the size of a whale. Yep, I've seen them.
Bird?
And others. And the Starship Troopers had their own customizable stock. Now the Mini 14 / AC556 is very popular in movies because it doesn't jam. Yep, so that's why it was used in movies like Starship Troopers, even though it's an old-timey gun. Made in 1974, I believe. And finally, this right here. Now, this was a big factor in why I got the Mini 14, was because of this incident right here. The 1986 Miami FBI shootout, where these two guys were robbing banks, and then the FBI finally caught up to them. And they had a shootout, obviously. It's quite a story. It was basically eight FBI guys versus these two bank robbers here, but during the beginning of the fight, it turned out to 7 versus 1 because he was taken out. He was knocked out at the beginning, and another FBI agent lost his gun. That's why you should always carry 2 or 3 or more guns on you, because first it was a car chase, and then they rammed these guys off the road, and while they were ramming, 2 of the agents lost their guns. He didn't have a backup weapon. The other FBI agent had another gun, Hanlon. He had a backup in an ankle holster. So that's something to learn here. Don't just carry one gun. As they say, 1 is none, 2 is 1. So turned out to be 7 FBI agents versus one guy, Michael Platt here. He had the Mini 14. Now that's what caused most of the damage.
One of the questions most asked after the shootout: were the agents outgunned that day? FBI agents fired about 80 shots. The bank robbers half that. Both sides lost 2 men. Michael Platt was armed with a Ruger Mini 14. It holds a 30-round clip and shoots semi-automatic. All the agents who were either shot or wounded that day were hit with this rifle.
Even though we had more agents on the scene, they had an assault rifle. That evened the odds.
He managed to kill 2 FBI guys and wound 5 others, and there was only 1 agent who didn't get wounded at all. Also, another note here is it took 12 shots to kill him and 6 shots to kill him. Now, the FBI guys had handguns, and it was at the start of the gunfight, he got the kill shot. One of the agents got a kill shot, went through his arm and right near his heart. The medical said he would have died eventually. He would have bled to death, but he didn't die fast enough. So in between, he was shot that time into the 12th shot. He managed to kill 2 FBI agents and wound 5 others. So that's this is the biggest factor on why I got the Mini 14. If it was good enough to kill FBI agents, it's good enough for me. And I'm going to show you the reenactment here. This is probably the best reenactment. There's several others, but I believe the FBI also said this is the best. But note, he did not have a fully automatic Mini 14, the AC-556. It was semi-auto. But they said it sounded like machine gun fire because he was pulling the trigger that fast. So, anyway, that's it, guys. I'll show you that, and I'll see you guys later.
Get me out of here! Shut up! Will you pull it? Oh, man! I'm out of here. Ah! Where are you going? Hey, wait a minute. Where are you going? Mike! Mike, you okay? They all look like dope dealers. Hang in there, Mo. No panic, baby. Come on, no panic. I can't feel anything. I think I'm paralyzed.
Hang on, buddy. Hang on.
Back. Yep, I got it.
Wait, it stopped. It's over. Beatty, you better hurry and get those cops in here. And plenty of ambulances.
Where are they?
Ben! Ben!
You coming? Oh, what? Oh, man. I'm hurting. You'll be dead if you stay here. Where the hell did that come from?
Oh, Lord! Oh, Lord, get me out of here! Get me!
Damn, I'm out of ammo.
More guys got shot. They're killing each other.
Who are they?
I don't know.
It's over, you best.
That's enough, Ed. It's over.